Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Swan Song. So, I was gonna do some recording a couple of days ago, but I had to go to a dinner with my family. So, after I came back, it was like really late, and I just went to bed after playing a bit of PSO2, of course. And the next day, I was just legit playing PSO2 for I don't know how long. Game's pretty fun. But yeah, as it turns out, there is actually a true ending in this game. And I am here to get it. I'm not exactly sure which save file I'm supposed to load. So I'll probably cut this part out for me trying to find where it is if there's a new option. But there should be a new option somewhere after you did the normal ending. So, with the power of editing, I will see you guys in a couple of seconds.
Magarima.
どうやら田野さんたちこれからどうします？
このまま1日ほど待って明日田野村さんたちを探しに行きましょ
でももし彼らがうまく逃げられていなかったら。
う。それは今考えるべきことではないですよ。
司くんみたいにはできませんよ。僕は嫌なことばっかり想像してしまってとてもじっとしていられなくて。
でも今僕たちにとって一番大事なのは体を休めて備えることです。
それは僕も分かってるんですけれど。
まず無理してでも食べることです。
もしかしたらあれが普通なんでしょうか？
普通？
はい。僕たちは教会にいたから知らなかっただけで、生き残った他の人たちはみんなあんな風におかしくなって殺し合ってるんじゃないかってふと思っちゃって。
いや、どうでしょう。僕はそうではないと思いますが。
でもだってよく考えてくださいよ。世の中が崩れて今までのものが全部なくなってしまった。そしたら今までと同じ気持ちじゃいけないんじゃないですか。新しい環境には新しい心構えが必要なはずだし、あんなひどいことは嫌だけど、でも世の中はもっとひどいんですよね。そんなひどい場所で生きていくためには今までとは違う強いスタイルを持たないといけないんですよ。じゃないとここでは生きていけないんだ。だからもしかしたらああいうのが今のスタイルなのかなって思ってしまって。
そんな考え方はしない方がいいですよ。確かに彼らは今ああいったやり方を選んだのでしょうけれど、それは彼らの選択であって影響される必要はありません。
分かってるんですけどダメなんです。僕はいつも周りを見ながら自分を決めてきたから、もし周りが自分と違ったらいつでも自分が間違ってるような気がして、あんなことするなんて吐き気がするし気持ち悪いけど、でもここがそういうルールで動いているのなら自分もああしなくちゃいけないのかなって、そんな気がして。
休んだ方がいいですよ。
いや、疲れてるわけじゃないんです。きっと外から見えてるほどは動揺していないはずです。結構冷静にそう思ってるんです。 司くんなんかは自分の強いスタイルがあるから、もしかしたらわからないのかな。僕だけなのかもしれない。タノさんも僕とは違うし、アロエちゃんなんかはとびっきりですけど、これはちょっと意味が違うのかな。僕にも他の誰とも違う自分の答えがあると思うんだけど、どうしてもそれがわからなくて。
しかしそれにしたって今それを決める必要はないですよ。やっぱりまだショックが大きすぎますから。もっと落ち着いてよく考えられるようになってから。
今必要なんです。また今日みたいに試されることがあると思うんです。その時腰を抜かしたり怯えきって役立たずになってしまうのはもう辛いんですよ。教えてください。司君はいつもどうやって自分を支えているんですか？
僕は別に何も考えていませんよ。
ああ、そうなんだ。
ただ怖いんですよ。
え、怖い？
やるべきことをやらなかったら、そして取り返しのつかないことになってしまったら、そう感じてしまって怖くて仕方ないです。いつもいっぱいいっぱいで自分を支えるとか思ったこともなかったです。
司君も。いや、でも僕とは違うんだろうな。
いやー、昨日の夜はウハウハだったよ。
うげー。何そのおっさんくさい言い方。
本当に幸せだったな。つかちゃんたちはもっとゆっくりしてればよかったのに、気が利かないな。
一体何をしてたんですか？
よく聞いてくれたね、つかちゃん。でも嫉妬しないでよ。うまく逃げ寄せたんだけど、気がついたらみんな服がびしょびしょでさ、このままじゃ風邪ひいちゃうってんで、焚き火を起こして服を脱いで、あとはまあその成り行きで。
成り行き？
ちょっと誤解を招くようなこと言わないでよね。別に何もないじゃない。
誤解ってどういう誤解さ。何にもないって何が？
セクハラやめろ。
だから何がセクハラなのさ。俺に分かるように説明してよ。
お前の顔がセクハラなんだよ。
あ、ひでえ。
ゆかっちもなんか言ってよ。
どうしたの？
なんで聞いてないの？ぽーっと司を見つめちゃってさ。
バカ、何言ってんのよ。
まあみんな元気でよかったよ。うわ、アロエちゃん、イカダの上で跳ねちゃダメだよ。
なんだか心配してたのがバカみたいです。
Oh shit, I was still muting my mic. Sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying, There was a bad ending that got skipped because the config was defaulted to not stop at unread text. I don't know why. It's pretty weird. It was the part where you were supposed to bring the rocks to throw at the policeman, but I didn't do it, and I wanted to see what happened. And what happened was, yeah, everyone got shot. I probably won't be doing those bad endings because, as I said, there's only a true ending and a normal ending. So everything that we made, that we chose on the normal end was supposed to happen. Other than one choice, I do know what that choice is because I was looking at the spoiler-free guide. But I do know what the choice is, so I can kind of guess which part it is. But yeah, I probably will be not saying anything until we reach to the point where we're supposed to choose. So yeah, I'm gonna be quiet again. So have fun with the new dialogue. Okay, so this is actually the choice of where it differs. So everything up until the scene where I showed you guys is actually the same. Even the fact that Tsukasa was still getting a blowjob by Yuka. Like, it shouldn't make sense that Yuka was giving Tsukasa a blowjob after they didn't have sex, right? But in this story, it looks like it still did. And I mean, I guess we learn a bit more about Takuma. A tiny bit more. But yeah, in the original, we went into Hibari's perspective, but we should be in Tanomura's perspective. And this is where the true ending starts. I believe this is when Tanomura was going to die. But now that I know what's gonna happen, of course, I'm not gonna wait until they throw those stupid muscle relaxing or whatever when they were facing Tanomura, right? But yeah, now I'll be reading the dialogue again. We've left school, returned to the church, and are preparing to leave town. We're collecting things that we need to go over the mountain, such as food and clothing. I look at the sky from time to time to check the weather. We'll need sweets for energy. How about chocolates? We'd need lots of pocket warmers too. I wonder what it's like on the other side of the mountain. Will it be even more fun over there? That'd be nice. It's really fun imagining the days with Ibarin. Or that's what I'm trying to tell myself. Well, it is fun, but I'm starting to have doubts about it. Can we really abandon Taku-chan and everyone at the school to leave this town?
田野村はもうそんなこと気にしなくていいのに。
I understand her point. I also know that I can't do anything about it now. They won't listen to me, no matter how much I'm concerned about them, and I've done things that deserve mistreatment. I'm sure they would attack me with weapons if I go back. Winners are determined by luck, so they may beat me if we fight again, and first of all, it won't make me happy even if I win. But I'm still concerned.
ヒバリン
I keep smoking as I call out to Hibarin, who's lying there with her cute butt exposed. Oh god.
なんじゃらほい。
Her eyes are droopy from sex.
いや別に呼んでみただけ
I smile and pat her throat.
うんにゃ私は猫じゃないぞ。
Hibarin gets mad and lightly bites my hand. I can't tell her that I'm beginning to have doubts about leaving this town. It's selfish and indecisive of me. This must be why I couldn't find a job and ended up being a part-time worker. I just can't decide what to do with myself. I can usually decide quickly on other matters though. While I'm in the midst of pondering, Suka-chan and Aoi-chan came to the church. It's a miraculous reunion. I'm astounded. And Hibarin's full of tears, among other liquids. God damn it, this guy. Can I skip this? It should still be the same interaction. No, I can't. Hibari clings onto Aroe and is still able to insult people. There are other words to express happiness, but that's really like her. My eyes are filling with tears as well. They say they were living at the Daichi Society's temple when the Vigilante Corps attacked. It seems it was a terrible scene. They barely got away, and they came here after they heard about us from that creepy guy. I told them that we'd need to come up with an idea to get them across the mountain as well. When
僕は学校に帰ります。
he responds like this. It seems he's worried about Yukachi, who's still at the school. Suka-chan's putting it into words, so he must be determined. He doesn't change his mind even when I tell him how dangerous the school is right now. He must not have any hesitation. Is he that crazy about Yukachi? I think it's dangerous to be attached to her, but if that's Suka-chan's decision, I have no say in it. I envy being able to take action with determination. Suka-chan says Yukachi is a lonely person, but you look lonely too, you know? He's strong. I really wish I had that strength. A few days after the conversation, I'm standing at a windy, burned-out site. It's terrible. There may be more appropriate words, but those are the words that keep repeating in my head. It's terrible. I thought it was a rustic, elegant place when I last visited this place, but that has all but disappeared. The buildings and the Buddha statues have turned to ash, mixed together with corpses, and the corpses look abnormal too. The corpses of children, women, and old men are badly damaged, and not just because of the battle that took place. Their eyes are gouged out, their genitals are cut, their limbs are cut, and there are bruises all over their bodies. Some have been done by dogs and birds, but most of the damage have been done by people. I'm sure they did it for fun. How could they do this? I thought about going back as soon as I saw the scene, but I couldn't. I do have the just cause of confirming Ryugeju-san's death, but that's not all. I have to engrave this scene into my mind. It's weird, but I think it'd be rude to the dead people if I just look away. I dig up piles of snow to reveal corpses. It's good if the person passed away peacefully, but it scares me when I see their faces contorted in agony. I want to move their expressions back, but they're mostly burned corpses, so I can't change their expressions. I only accomplish breaking off their burnt skin. Dark red flesh is revealed once their skin comes off. How could Taku-chan and the others do such a thing? Or am I too indulgent for thinking like this? I recall the words Taku-chan said to me, that they're just desperate. That's all. That's what Taku-chan said. Killing each other is a terrible thing. I'm sure it's only natural, but still. But the philosophy I've been taught since I was a kid isn't like that. A place for battle is an important location where people put their lives and prides on the line. So it's not like you can do anything there, but rather, you need to be much proper. You need to be more proper. You have to keep it sacred. You have to establish a beautiful scene. Trying to kill someone else means giving the other person the right to take your life. So it's a supreme contract with your soul on the line. You need respect for life there. Even if you're to use everything you've got to kill the other person, you can't torment the other person after the match is decided. You'd be right if you called it old-fashioned thinking. And I understand how people prefer practical benefits over manners. But still, you just can't do this to children and old people, no matter what the reason is. If such things are forgiven, and if such things need to be done to survive, then those people can just... No. I decided not to think like that. I'm actually a guy of extremes. I'm a scary person. I'm thinking somewhere in my mind that a person doesn't deserve to live if he can't be strong and dignified. And he should do anything to stay strong. But that doesn't mean what I think is right. That doesn't mean what I think is right all the time. Quite a weird sentence, but okay. Understand it. Even good people would kill a lot of people with that kind of thinking. I'd rather be called indecisive and indulgent. But I feel impatient here. Are the souls of the dead deluding me? Ah, I love you, Hibarin. Would she get mad if I use her to calm myself down? I light up a cigarette. Well, leaving the issue of if one can kill everyone they hate aside, can I really abandon this place? Can I run away by myself? I think there's some other way. Suka-chan says he's doing what he needs to do and won't yield even in the face of all these unfavorable conditions. I think it's reckless, but I also think that's splendid. I think it's more about how he wants to live than his love for Yukachi. He doesn't even think about making compromises. I like that. I want to try it again with the people at the school. That's my honest opinion. But I'm not alone now. I also have Hibarin. It's also true that I shouldn't do anything dangerous. What should I do? I already know what to do, my good sir. Yeah, I should keep at it a bit longer. It's important not to give up. I can't allow any more cruel deaths like these. Thank you for telling me that. Your deaths won't be in vain.
南無阿弥陀仏
I pray to the burned field and go down the mountain. But how should I convince Hibarin? No, I'm sure Hibarin would agree with me. She has to be still attached to this place. But it's bad that I'm suddenly changing my mind from leaving this town. I'm sure Hibarin would triumphantly tell me again that I'm irresponsible, indecisive, and how a part-time job is the same as having no job, and that I'm a scumbag of society. That'll be irritating, so I try to come up with a good way to bring up the topic while I play with Aroe-chan. She's acting all cool by ignoring me as I try my best to get her attention, and instead plays by herself. She's so cute since she doesn't try to jump all over me like this certain someone. I'll marry Aroe-chan in the future and make that cheeky short girl my second wife. What are you thinking?
いやアロエちゃん俺のおもちゃを気に入ってくれなかったよ
I smile at my second wife candidate who's sitting while facing Suka-chan, but she glares at me. Did she figure out what I was thinking in my head?
まったく俺一人じゃつまんないね
Hibarin snorts at me.
ハロエって興味がないものはとことん無視するからね。
Good. It seems she didn't read my mind. I sigh with relief when I notice that Suka-chan's staring outside with a serious face.
誰か外に人がいるみたいです。
He keeps his posture as he says this. Suka-chan says there are 5 of them. It's probably the Vigilante Corps. Suka-chan has never been wrong about these kinds of things, so I can trust him on this. Hibarin tries to poke her head outside to see, but I grab her and make her sit back down.
見ちゃダメだよあとあまり大きな声を立てないでねえつかちゃん相手はどのくらいの距離今の俺たちの会話とか聞こえてると思う
沼と陸の境目あたりですね。多分こっちの会話は聞こえてないと思います。
なら先手必勝だね俺が出て行って何とかしよ
I cover her mouth with my hand.
う声が大きいつかちゃんは怪我をしているアロエちゃんは戦力にならないヒバリンと2人で行くくらいなら1人の方がやりやすい勝つつもりなら攻めた方がいい
相手は5人です。勝算はあるんですか？
Suka-chan's staring at me.
もちろん学校で襲われた時はもっとやばい状況だった
でも棚村、そんなの無理だよ。
無理じゃないさヒバリンだって俺が強いのは知ってるでしょ
でも無茶だよ。逃げようよ。相手は鉄砲だって持ってるんでしょ。あの時は鉄砲なんか使わなかったじゃない。撃たれたら死んじゃうよ。
問題ない俺には田野村家代々の当主の魂が宿った宝刀がある
こんな時に冗談はやめて。
冗談じゃないさ俺は負けない信じられないの
でも
信じてほしいヒバリンが心から信じてくれるなら俺は絶対に死なないんだ
キザなこと言わないでよ。
愛してるよ。
バカ。
Ibarin glares at me in anger.
じゃあ、つかちゃん、
はい、
頼むよ。俺が出て行った後は、音から状況を判断してほしい。
了解です。気をつけて。
もちろん。じゃあ、行こうかな。
I'm not gonna let you die, don't worry, Tanemura. I grab the sword leaning against the chair and stand up.
待って。
Ibarin stops me and stares at me.
なんだい？
私信じるから。
うん。
信じるから。死んだら嫌だよ。
ありがとう。でも本当は全然大丈夫。ヒバリンの口からその言葉聞きたかっただけだからさ。
バカ。
愛してるよ。
知ってるよ。
言うね。
With that, I jump out the window. So this time he's attacking and he's not even waiting inside of the church. Cold wind is roaring outside and large snowflakes slash against my body. The snow comes up to my knees when I land. I unsheath my sword. I start to throw my sheath down and remember what happened to Sasaki Kojiro, but who cares? I stick the sheet in the snow and leave it there. The enemies are still below the slope. I can't see them, but their flashlights shine on the snow from time to time. I don't think they're dumb enough to come straight up this hill. When we used to live at this church, all of us came up from the slight curve to the right. The only one who didn't was Aroe-chan. So I assumed they'll be taking that route and hide accordingly. This plan wouldn't work if the enemy leader thinks like Aroe-chan. But in that case, they just slip down the slope like Aroe-chan did. They silently make their way. I can see where they are because of their flashlights. As I expected, they're taking this route, and they're about to pass by me. My chance will come right after they pass and they have their backs to me. My heart is pounding. I know that I have a chance, but I can't help but get nervous. Suka-chan, Ibarin, and Aroe-chan will be in danger if I screw up. I have to stop them no matter what. But I shouldn't get too nervous. I don't want to lose my control like before. I'm choosing a different path this time. I was taught that it's lowly to be disturbed before a battle. I'll still win. I need to keep my mind clear and serene. I adjust my breathing and wait for my enemies. I think that there isn't a rule that prohibits me from attacking them by surprise. And the moment arrives. I jump out, smack one enemy in his head, and hit another guy in the head while I'm at it. They notice me at that moment and turn around. The two who I hit fall into the snow. They aren't bleeding because I hit them with the back of my sword. But still, they got hit by a metallic object, so I can't guarantee their lives. They're used to fighting. They quickly back away as they ready their weapons. Two of them have guns, so I close in on the faster one. The gun goes off, but I smack the gun up with my sword right before that. The bullet fires off into the dark sky. I smell gunpowder as I ready the thrust at my enemy, but I change the thrust into a swing halfway because I don't want to kill him. The hesitation slows me down, and the enemy is able to block my attack. Metals collide, sending a numbing sensation through my hands. I bear it, turn my blade over, and smack him in his side. The guy brings his head down in pain, and I hit him in his neck. I managed to beat him, but I took too long and I can feel death creeping in on me. I jump to the side, but they're not firing at me.
くそ、どけ!
It's Taku-chan's voice. I wonder why his face is wrapped in cloth, but I have no time to think about that. Taku-chan pushes his ally aside and aims his gun at me. He's just out of my range, and I'm standing in deep snow. I can't jump in to deflect his gun, so I lower my stance and concentrate on the movement of his finger on the trigger. Seeing that I stop moving, Taku-chan takes a breath to calm himself down. This is bad. His judgment under pressure has considerably improved since the last time I fought him. His gun isn't shaking at all as it continues to point at my heart.
見逃してくれない？この間、命を助けてやったじゃない。
わかりました。
Taku-chan's voice is muffled because of the cloth over his mouth.
本当？
ですから刀を捨ててください。
そんなこと言って、万一銃弾が外れた後も反撃できないようにしようって魂胆でしょ？乗らないよ。
バレましたか。
The end of his sentence is cut off by the gunfire. I knew when he would shoot, so I managed to barely dodge it by jumping to the side. But I fall on my butt, so Takuchan throws away his gun without hesitation, readies his spear and attacks me with the other guys. I manage to parry the attack, but I'm so out of balance. I'm only using one hand and the blade is facing the other way as well. I hold the sword using both my hands, block the second attack and fall back. It does no good to try to keep myself up, so I roll sideways and get up to my knees. As I think about how this is like what they do in kung fu movies, Takuchan charges at me. I'm closer to the stance we take at the beginning of a kendo match, so I'm not at a disadvantage. I parry the spear upwards as I get up, then quickly bring it back down. The back of the blade hits Takuchan in his forehead, so he falls forward. I felt the cloth take some of the impact, so I poke him with the sword to make sure, but he doesn't move. They're done to their last guy now, but he's kicking up snow as he runs away. I chase after him, but he's faster. Or maybe he has something on his shoes that lets him run faster in the snow. He's getting away, so I give up. None of the people I beat are dead. They're merely unconscious, but I'm sure they'd freeze to death if I left them out here. I go get Suka-chan and carry them into the church. We tie up the 4 guys using the climbing rope we have.
無事でよかったよ。
Ibarin ties them a bit too tightly as she looks at me with an excited expression. But we can't let our guards down yet. I'm sure the guy who got away will go get more guys. I don't know how many people would come, but the enemies won't carelessly approach us anymore. I get the chills, imagining the enemies surrounding this place with projectile weapons. It won't be smart to stay here. The best strategy would be to run away.
でもこいつなんでこんなのつけてるの？
Ibarin pulls the cloth wrapped around Takuchan's face. The cloth comes off, and red inflamed skin, like keloid, is revealed. His brows are completely gone, and most of his hair is missing. It's a serious burn. Ibarin quickly puts the cloth back on.
クワガタも大変だな。
Ibarin makes a serious expression.
だね。
I nod. I feel sorry for Takuchan, but we decide to take him as a hostage since he's the enemy leader. We take his weapon away, put his unconscious body on a sled, and leave the church. Nobody came after us, so it seems we're safe for now. This is all gonna be new stuff now, I suppose. The snow and the wind are still strong even after a day.
殺してよ。どうしてこんな惨めな目に遭わせるんだ。お願いだから殺してくれ。
Kuwagata-san is repeating the same thing over and over.
うるさいよ。もっとまともなこと言えないの？
Kawase-san stares at him with a worried look.
少し落ち着いた方がいい。たくちゃんも紅茶飲むかい？
Tanomura-san checks the pot on the stove. We're sitting around the outdoor stove inside a cave by a cliff. Aroe is sound asleep, and we're talking about what we should do now. We've all agreed to go back to the school. Since we have their leader, Kuwagata-san, as our hostage, we should be able to suppress the Vigilante Corps and talk to them. We've been trying to get information from Kuwagata-san to help us out, but he doesn't answer our questions and keeps repeating how useless it is.
僕なんか人質にしたって意味ないさ。彼らがこんなミスをした僕を許すはずがない。学校へ入った途端、僕ごと銃弾の的だよ。
そんなことないよ。たくちゃんは彼らに信用されてると思うな。
田野さんは僕じゃないからそんなこと思えるんだ。羨ましいよ。僕は到底彼らなんか信用できない。落ち目になったらもう誰も僕みたいな化け物の言うことなんか聞いてくれやしないさ。結局僕なんか。
A mug is thrown at Kuwagata-san's head as he speaks.
卑屈すぎ。
The one who threw the cup, Kawase-san, is glaring at Kuwagata-san.
もういいわ。喋らなくていい。あんた一生黙ってなさいよ。
まあまあ、ヒバリンも興奮しちゃダメだよ。
Tanomura-san puts on a bitter smile, takes the steaming pot off the stove, and pours the hot water into cups with tea bags.
一服してからまた話し合おう。たくちゃんを人質に取っただけで 全部解決するわけでもないんだからさ。そんな簡単な話じゃない。
He smiles and holds out the paper cup. I take it. The cup warms my numb fingers.
そうですね。
I nod back and take a sip of the tea.
もう解決なんじゃないの？
Kawase-san doesn't seem convinced.
これから学校に押し入ってみんなの前で自警団の連中の秘密を暴いて、日田さんを殺したのがこいつらだってさ。そう言って、そして田野村でも誰でも別の人をリーダーに立てればいいじゃん。それの何が難しいの？
Kawase-san has taken the paper cup herself before Tanomura-san is able to hand it to her and holds it with both her hands.
それが無理なんだよ。
だからなんでよ。
まず日田さんのことを納得させるのが難しいよ。
何言ってんのよ。全部ありのままを話せばいいことでしょ。
それだけじゃダメなんだ。
Tanomura-san lights his cigarette using the burner's flame.
どうしてよ。
おいおい、だって証拠が何もないじゃないか。相手が白を切り通したらそれでおしまいさ。
でも証拠なんかなくたって本当のことだから大丈夫だよ。多分。
Oh god. Don't be stupid, Hibari.
いくらなんでも無理さ。それに俺はあの時何も言わなかったんだよ。今さら帰って本当は日田さんを殺したのは俺じゃない、別のやつだなんて言ったってでっち上げにしか聞こえないよ。
でもさ、司はどう思う？
田野村さんと同じ意見ですね。
それにさ、たとえ証拠があったとしても学校のみんなはあの時の血だらけの俺の姿をはっきりと覚えているはずだもの。俺の話なんかまともに聞いてくれるかどうかも怪しいよ。
でもだって田野村は仕方なかったんだよ。悪いのは全部自警団の連中なんだから、そんなのあるはずないよ。
俺自身だって思い出すと嫌な気分になるんだからさ。人からすればなおさらだよ。とにかく何の手もなく俺が言ったんじゃ交渉のテーブルに着くことさえ難しいのは確かだと思う。
それなら田野村はとりあえずアロエを連れて外で待ってたら、私と司がクワガタ連れて先に事情を話しに行くよ。
This girl's retarded, man. You just want to get killed inside of the encampment?
ヒバリンは俺と一緒に学校出たじゃんか。仲間だってバレてるよ。
You're gonna get
そ
killed.
れなら司一人でクワガタを連れて行けばいいよ。
無茶にも程がある。
What is wrong with this girl, man?
じゃあどうすればいいの？これじゃ学校に帰れないじゃない。
Kawase-san sighs and shakes her head as if she's out of ideas.
それが思いつかないからゆっくり考えようって言ってるんだよ。
If we-
どうしても
Oh,
考
sorry.
えがないようなら
I thought he
打
was
つ手なしっ
done.
てことで諦めて状況の変化が起こるまで待つほかないさ。
状況の変化ってどうなの？
そんなのわからないけどさ。
わかってよ。
無茶言うな。
Tanomura-san smiles bitterly and takes a sip of tea. Kawase-san looks frustrated and angry. I look at Aroe. She's sleeping peacefully. The sound of the roaring wind is coming from outside. Inside is the sound of boiling water over the burner.
どうして君たちはまだ正気でいられるの？
Kuwagata-san murmurs.
ここでみんなを敵に回したまま生き残ることなんかできないのに。生き残ったっていいことなんかないのに。笑っちゃうよね。
うるさいな。
Kawase-san glares at him annoyingly. You know, he makes a good point. Oh, this is still the same, so I can probably skip this one. No? I'm not gonna talk in this one, though. I'm not gonna read it. But it should be the same. foolishness. That wasn't foolishness. You know full well of what you were capable of, and you did it anyway. She just wants to be forgiven, I suppose.
皆が知っている通り、私のなりわいは朴仙でした。私はそんなの信じない。みんなも信じてはいけません。龍下樹様は私たちを試そうとされているのです。
Yeah, this is the same. I should be able to skip this. There we go. Very nice. Sorry. Oh, sorry. As I was saying, sorry, Taiko. You're not getting any sympathy from me. This one's different, though. So I suppose she wants to get away?
何ですか？私は逃げません。
She still won't run away. God damn.
それは。
Aya-san's face clouds.
いいえ。
I stare at Aya-san's face.
こんな私でも、まだ誰かが何かを望んでくださるというのならば、私はそれに応えたいと思います。つまり、人の期待から逃げないという意味です。じゃあ、はい。私はここを出ます。
Okay.
妙子さん。
Aya-san grasps my hand tighter. I get embarrassed, so I let go. I'm hanging my head when I notice. I've been moving my head up and down like a drinking bird.
でも、何ですか？なんだかんだ言って、私、やっぱり、すごくわがままみたいですね。逃げられるって思ったら、生きてもいいんだって思ったら、なんだか、パーッと嬉しくなってしまいました。ごめんなさい。
People are selfish in their own way.
謝らないでください。私が口説き落としたんですから。
あやさんは蛇です。私を堕落させました。
それも悪くはないですね。
Aya-san smiles and gets up.
忘れ物は他にはもうありませんか？
ええ、何も。必要なものはこれだけです。
I look around and answer her. Aya-san nods back.
そうですか。それならば行きましょう。
I stop her as she starts to walk.
でも街は寒いでしょうか？逃げたとして大丈夫なんでしょうか？
She turns around.
怖がることはありません。寒さというものは確かに過酷ですが、そんなに悪くもないですよ。私はもっと寒いところで育ちましたから、よく知っています。
She smiles. I'm at a complete loss. It's because Aroe won't wear her underwear. What the hell? Well, I can forgive her if it's just her underwear, but she has taken off all her clothing right now.
こら、服を着なさい。
I'm probably gonna censor the scene. I chase after her. She screams and runs away. My leg isn't fully healed, so I can't even follow her when she's walking on her tiptoes. What the hell? Why is her butt like having blood and like spewing blood? I can't have her run outside and onto the snow. Fortunately, she looks like she's having fun and doesn't do anything bad. As long as I don't go after her, she merely spreads her arms and keeps twirling around like a ballerina. I decide to wait for her to get tired or bored, and I sit down. All I can do right now is to make a bigger fire and protect her from the cold. On the ground in front of me is Aroe's underwear that's covered in blood. There's blood dripping down her inner thighs right now, but it doesn't seem like she cares about it. I get depressed looking at it. Oh, okay. Her menstrual bleeding caused a rash on her skin, so she took off her underwear. She found taking off clothes fun, so she quickly became naked. She's excited, so she's immersed in her world now. Seeing that there's a sanitary pad on her underwear Kawase-san must have known about her period, so she should have said something about it to me. Or maybe she didn't say it because she knew about it. If she mentioned it, I'm sure she would have had to stay here instead of me. Kawase-san must have not wanted to do it, so she pushed it onto me. It's something she would do. Kawase-san and Tanamura-san left this place this morning. It's because we met a person who says he came from the town on the other side of the mountain. He says he came all the way here to cooperate with the people in this town, and that others are making camp at a nearby place. When Tanamura-san heard about this, he said it's a good excuse to go back to the school, and left with high hopes. Kuwagata-san, who is still showing his enmity, has been taken with him. Still tied up. I'm sure they're talking with their leader right now. On the other hand, I'm in this dark cave, keeping the fire and watching Aroe as she twirls around. She's lost her words ever since she lost her communication book, even though she still repeats back what others say. It seems her actions have degenerated as well. She has gotten more random now. I'm sure a lot of people have worked hard to discipline her to this degree, but it's so easy to lose it all. I recall Aroe's older sister. She was worried about Aroe until the end. How would she feel if she saw Aroe acting uncontrollably like now? Would she be dejected?
Aroe?
I call out to her to hide my guilt, but she doesn't even respond. She's totally immersed. Her expression is no different from usual, but her movements look happy. I'm sure this desolate world appears interesting for her just by trolling around. Come to think of it, before, Kawase-san was talking about the world Aroe sees. I don't know if her interpretation is right, but I do agree that the world Aroe sees is clear and isn't filtered by meanings. Or maybe there's a filter unique to her. Even in that case, it's certain that it's different from mine. She doesn't find special meanings in the destroyed town or the corpses. Twirling around and blowing everything away must make things more unique for her. Aroe continues to happily twirl around. I don't find it sad at all. Would her sister be happy if she saw her so delighted like this? Or is there something I don't understand? At any rate, I can't ask her since she's dead. She's still sleeping alone under that cold ice. I don't like death. I don't think anyone likes death, Tsukasa. I try to imagine what it would feel like to be Aroe as she twirls around, but I start to feel funny. I get away from the fire to get some air when I see a figure in the distance. It'll be bad if it's an enemy. I start to head back to put the fire out when I hear a familiar voice. It's Rugeju, Nogi Taiko. She's carrying someone on her shoulders and she sighs in relief when she sees me. Once we get away from the wind, she puts the person down along with the snow on her body. The person is someone I know well. It's Hoshino Aya. She's unconscious and her white clothing is stained red around her shoulder. Taiko is breathing hard and her breath turns white. She says that the people from the school attacked them last night while they were resting under cover, and Aya suffered the wound then. They walked all day in a snowstorm, and she says Aya fainted just a moment ago. She says that not only were they running from the people from the school, but also from the people of the Daichi Society.
なるほど。
I touch Hoshino Aya's clothing to check her wound and find out that it's wet from melted snow. It seems like it's about to freeze, so I get Taiko's permission and take her clothes off. I wrap Hoshino-san in blankets and lay her in front of the fire. When I turn around, Taiko is about to leave.
どこへ行くんですか？
まだ他に3人の方がいるんです。彼女たちもきっと不安でしょう。私が行って見つけ出します。
場所は分かってるんですか？
どうにかして見つけてみせます。
ダメです。
I stop her as she's about to run out.
あなたのその服装じゃこれ以上の雪には耐えられませんよ。
大事な仲間なんです。放っておくわけにはいきません。
That's probably the first typo I've seen this translation made.
遭難するだけです。それにもしまだ無事ならばどこかで隠れているはずです。 あなたが出て行ったって仕方ありません。
じゃあ黙って待てとおっしゃるんですか？
そうです。だいたいこんな状態の星野さんを一人残していくつもりですか？まだ僕があなたたちの味方と決まったわけではないですよ。
私は尼子様を信じております。
それは光栄ですが、今は僕も切羽詰まった状況なんです。何の保証もできませんよ。
そんなこと言ったって私は信じません。
困ったな。じゃあアロエも一緒に連れて行くつもりですか？
Aroe is standing next to Taiko, curiously staring at the glimmer of her hair ornament. When Taiko turns around, the ornament moves away, so Aroe grabs her sleeve as if to stop her. Aroe grabs the sleeve again even after Taiko shakes her off. By the way, Aroe is still naked.
どうやらあなたに興味があるみたいです。そんな格好で出て行ったらアロエは死んでしまいますよ。
Aroe is actually interested in the hair ornament, but that should get my point across even if she doesn't know what's going on.
なんとかしてください。
Taiko looks troubled.
そう簡単になんとかできるのならとっくに服を着せていますよ。
In the end, Taiko does not go. Aroe's eccentric behavior came in handy for once. I continue to treat Hoshino-san. Her wound isn't that bad, but she has a fever. I want to get her to eat something, but she doesn't wake up. I decide to at least keep her warm by putting all the blankets we have over her. Aroe whines every time Taiko moves her head, so I take her hair ornament off and hand it to her, and Aroe starts to quietly play with it by herself. Taiko looks at me in surprise.
すみません。
I scratch my head.
私尼子様を見損ないました。
Taiko looks away. It seems I've made her angry. We're out of pocket warmers, so I use the water boiled over the fire to make a hot water bottle to apply to Hoshino-san. After doing everything I can, I touch her neck and find that her body temperature is returning. It doesn't seem like she's in serious condition. I stretch myself and turn around. Taiko has her head buried in her knees, sleeping. If Hoshino-san was so tired that she fainted, Taiko must have also been exhausted. Aroe, who's still naked, is sitting next to her and sneezing. The clothes Taiko put on her a moment ago are by her feet. It seems she really likes being naked. She has cast away her clothes after her words. Does she want to regress through the evolution of mankind?
しょうがないな。
I gather her clothes and go near her, but she tries to run away.
いい加減にしないと怒るよ。
Aroe happily avoids me.
追いかけっこじゃないんだよ。
I reach out and grab her ankle. She jumps back and bites me. When I pull my hand back, she laughs. I touch her again and she bites me again. She bites me without holding back, so the pain isn't something I can handle.
まるで狼少女じゃないか。
Aroe's eyes are shining out of excitement of finding a new game. She growls whenever I reach out. This is too terrible. Even if she's energetic, I'm sure her older sister wouldn't forgive her if she goes this far. I sigh. I decide to find something to keep Taiko warm while she's sleeping and realize that there's something wrong. Her breathing is too hard. I touch her and find out that her clothes are wet as well, and her forehead is hotter than Hoshino-san's. Even though I call out and shake her, she doesn't wake up. I think she's actually unconscious. I feel bad about it, but I'll have to take her clothes off. Her formal dress is something I've touched for the first time, so I have trouble untying it. When I manage to get everything that's wet off, no clothing remains on her. But on her flat chest is a large silver locket that's unsuited for her slender body.
こら!
Aroe is by my side when I notice, and she quickly snatches it. The chain breaks and the shining object settles into Aroe's hands. I'm starting to get angry at Aroe's actions, but Taiko comes first right now. I get her body warm like I did with Hoshino-san. I'm thankful that Tanamura-san prepared more than enough blankets for us. Next is Aroe. I prepare myself not to back off, even if she bites me and turn around to face her. But she's absorbed in the locket as if she forgot what happened just now. It's open and I can see a photo inside.
勝手に見ちゃダメだよ。
I take it away and brush her away as she tries to get it back. The sound wakes Taiko up. Yeah, I'm gonna censor you too, Taiko. She sees what's in my hand and raises her upper body. The blanket slides off and her skin is revealed.
すみません。アロエがいたずらしてしまって。
中を見ましたか？
大丈夫です。見てないです。
I hold out the locket to her. But she doesn't take it and stares at my face. She tightens her lips once as if to determine something and then speaks out.
尼子様、見てください。
え？
その中にある写真をご覧になっていただけますか？
僕がですか？
ご覧になっていただければ意味はわかります。
I opened the locket as she told me to. Inside is an old, faded photo of a couple humbly standing together. I freeze after seeing who the person is.
私の母は昔に一度だけ結婚しています。私が生まれるか生まれないかの時に私をお腹に宿したまま別れたなどと聞いています。私の父は有名な音楽家だそうです。
じゃあ、これはやっぱり。
I'm finally able to open my mouth. I see that Taiko looks nervous as well. Taiko nods silently. Yes, the one in the photo is my father, Amako Kazuki, when he was young. The one standing next to him must be Taiko's mother, Nogi Akane. That means Taiko and I are...
でも、
I release the air in my lungs, close the locket like it's nothing and speak.
確かに、これは珍しい偶然ですが、僕は別に驚きませんよ。
True.
父はああいう人ですから、こういうことは今までにも。
Yes. Who knows how many more half-brothers and half-sisters I have. But Taiko speaks up as if to deny me.
母は私の上にもう一人父との間に男の子を作っていたそうです。
え？
その男の子は父のところで生活することを許されたただ一人の子供だそうです。
あ、まさか。
そうです。
そんな。
Seeing me in shock, Taiko lets out her breath.
でも、一つ伺ってもいいですか？
何でしょう？
このことをあなたはいつ知ったのですか？
お寺に運ばれてきた時から存じ上げております。
But you wanted to have sex with me? What the fuck is wrong with you?
じゃあ最初からなんですか？
そうです。知っていても私はなお尼子様にあんなことをお願いしたのです。私どもが企んだのはそういうことです。
ああ、でもそれはあなたたちの協議が。
それは全部後からでっち上げた作り話です。
Oh.
本当は母がそれを望んだからです。尼子様が私の夫となり再び自分の子供となることを。
What a messed up mom.
待ってください。なんだか理屈が変ですよ。
I agree.
めまいがしそうです。
でも本当なんです。
だってそんな回りくどいことをする必要なんかないじゃないですか。
Yeah.
僕の親だって言ってくれれば。
尼子様は自分の母はオーストリア人の女性だとおっしゃったそうですね。前もってあやさんが質問をした時にそうお答えになったと伺っております。
ああ、確かに。でもあれはそういう意味じゃなくて。
母にとっては同じです。母はとてもプライドが高いんです。
I see.
望まれてもいないのにみっともなく名乗り出ることなんかできるわけありません。
じゃあ、あそこで僕が生みの親のことを言えばそんなことにはならなかったんですか？
How stupid.
おそらく
いくらなんでもそれは無茶ですよ。僕は会ったことさえないんですよ。
母は私よりも前からあなたのことを存じ上げていました。
そりゃそうでしょうけど。
そういう意味ではないんです。出会ったのはともかくこの町にあなたがいるのは偶然ではないってことですよ。
でも僕がこの町に来たのは家政婦から大学があるって教わったからで。
その家政婦さんがお経をあげているのを聞いたことはありませんか？
いや、じゃあつまり彼女は。
そうです。私の母が仕組んだことです。母は娘の私が言うのもなんですが、とても陰険で執念深いんです。
Truly a
簡単
manipulative
に諦めた
woman.
りはしません。
My god.
それにそこまでおかしいことではないでしょう。別れたって残した子が気になるのは当たり前のことじゃないでしょうか。
I guess in some sort of twisted way this is still affection, but... Phew. Ridiculous.
確かにそうかもしれませんが、そんなやり方をしなくたってやっぱり正々堂々と言ってくれればいいじゃないですか。
母はそういう人なんです。だいたい私たちのようななりわいをしている者がそんな人間臭すぎることをした過去があると世間に知られたらどうなることか。
僕はその業界のことはよく知りませんけれど、
ご理解いただくのが難しいとは思いますが。
大筋の部分では納得できますが、やっぱり。
もう一つ、これは確認したわけではないんですが、私が想像していることがあるんです。
何ですか？
その写真の母は私とそっくりの顔をしていますよね。
そうですね。
そしてその写真の男性は尼子様とそっくりでしょう。
え
もしかしたら母は私たちを身代わりにすることで失われた過去の何かを取り戻したかったのかもしれません。
え、そうですか。でもそう言われたって僕にはよくわからないです。
私も想像ができるだけです。それに正しいとも思いません。そんなことをしたって何も戻るはずなんかないって分かりきったことなのに。愚かな人です。でも私は母のそういうところが好きなんです。
This is certainly out of nowhere, but...
そうですか。
すみません。
いいえ、そういえば僕も母のことはずっと好きでしたよ。いや、小さい頃はいつも心に思い描いて、それを勝手に好きになっていたんです。本人には何の関わりもないことかもしれませんが、まあ今となっては僕は咎め立てする気はないですよ。あなたも忘れた方がいいです。言われてやらされただけなんですから。
Taiko looks troubled.
でもそれはそうなんですが、少し違うんです。
違う？
そうです。私だってただ母に言われたからそれだけであんなことをしたわけじゃないんです。初めはそうでしたけど、結局私はあの子様を本当にどうしようもありません。でも今はもうそんなことはないですよ。
分かっています。あれは気の迷いだったんですよね。
そうです。気の迷いです。
ええ。
ありがとうございます。
Taiko smiles. It somehow makes me think it's a really rare
で
smile.
も申し訳ありません。今さらこんなことを言ってしまって。
謝ることなんかないですよ。びっくりはしましたけれど。
せめて母が生きているうちに打ち明けられたらよかったんですが。
Indeed.
生きてるうち。
ああ、まだ申し上げておりませんでしたね。
Taiko hangs her head.
母はお寺が焼け落ちたあの時死んでしまったんです。
亡くなった？
ええ、一人寺に残ると言い張って。
そうですか。
申し訳ありません。
いや、僕に謝ることではないですよ。
でも
そんなことで謝られたって困ります。僕こそ知っていたらもう少し何かできたんじゃないかなと思います。
じゃあ
Taiko breaks the silence.
もし母のことを思ってくださるなら一つだけお願いしたいことがあるんです。
She stares at my face.
何ですか？
She nervously speaks up when I urge her.
私を妹と母を母と認めていただけますか？
え？
母は何も言わなかったけど、それが一生の望みだったと思うんです。だってこんな写真のロケット私に持たせるなんて分かってしまいますよ。尼子様からすれば今更だっていうのは分かっているんですが。
僕は構いませんよ。
本当ですか？
Taiko looked like she was about to cry, but her face lights up.
ええ、僕だって家族は欲しかったんですから。
でもこんな母と妹ですよ。
She blushes when she says the word sister.
こんな仕方のない人間たちなんですよ。
Truly are.
確かにそうですね。なんだか僕の家族は父をはじめみんな仕方のない人ばっかりだと思うとちょっとため息は出ますね。
I actually sigh.
ただ僕も人のことは言えた義理じゃないですから。
そしたら
何ですか？
お兄様と申し上げてもよろしいですか？
ええ、どうぞ。
本当ですか？
I have a strange feeling that the game or the author put this just so they can have like a sister like character for the heck of it. They really didn't need to put this here. Then again, it is a trope, and it's a trope that works.
本当です。
She suddenly starts fidgeting. She then looks up at me as if she's determined and takes a breath.
じゃあ行きますよ。
どうぞ。
I answer her.
お兄ちゃん。
Thought you were supposed to say Oni-sama. Gosh, the way she says Oni-chan is the same as when the Sakura girl does it in the capo, and that kind of throws me off. I really hate her guts. She jumps onto me. She wraps her arms around me and hugs me tight. I freeze because I'm perplexed. She starts sobbing, then cries.
すいません。でも
Taiko apologizes as she continues to cry. Arue copies her and hugs me from behind. Like always, she has a big smile unsuited for the situation. I can't move because I'm hugged from the front and the back. I'm troubled, so I think about saying something, but this isn't a situation where I should speak up. Taiko is crying like a child. She's shamelessly covering her face with tears and mucus. I pat her bare back. She pauses for a second then starts crying again. Her tears keep flowing as if a dam that was holding them back has collapsed. Was she not able to cry in front of her followers, even though her mother died? It must have been hard. I give up and decide to wait for her to finish crying. The air feels thin. I think the fire's too big, but the fire's actually so small that it's about to go out. I feel dizzy too. I wonder what's going on and realize, oh, I see. This also meant the death of my mother.
悲しいですね。
I murmur, but Taiko just keeps crying, so I don't know if she's listening or not. I keep patting her trembling back and murmur again. I hear footsteps and a figure appears at the entrance.
何してるのよあんた。
あ、母さん。
川瀬さんじゃないわよ。
Kawase-san has her eyes wide open in surprise. Tanamura-san is behind her.
いや、何って。
なんで全裸の女体をはべらかせてるの？
あ
ああじゃないでしょ。
あ。でもこれは違うんです。
何が違うのよ。めちゃくちゃ泣いてるじゃないのよ。信じられないわ。この鬼畜大魔人。
いや、彼女は。
何？言い訳する気？何よ。
僕の生き別れた妹で今さっきそれが判明したところなんです。
This is like a freaking soap opera or like a TV drama.
言い訳この世にあるか。ごめんごめん、まさかそんなことがあるなんて思わなかったからさ。
As just to smooth it over, Kawase-san hands me the tea Tanomura-san made.
いや、分かってもらえてよかったです。
そうよね。
ほっぺたが痛いですけど。
ごめんね。
Taiko is wearing the clothes Tanomura-san picked up, covering herself in a blanket and sipping tea in front of the fire. Aroe must be satisfied after running amok so much that she's sleeping while snoring at a low tone. They say Kuwagata-san was left with them because it's better to leave him where there are 4 men. I guess they're going to try to convince him all night.
でもさ、つかさ、
何ですか？
いろいろあったけど、全体としては良かったんじゃないの？司の肉親ってずっと頭のおかしいお父さんしかいなかったんだから、総合的にはこれで家族増えたってことでしょ？
川瀬さんのそういうすごく大雑把な考え方って好きです。
もっと褒めて。
褒めてるわけでもないですけど。むかって口で言わないでください。
もうまだ怒ってるの？早まったのにさ。あんたって結構粘着質ね。
そうですか？
あのさ。
Taiko interrupts when Kawase-san tries to say something back.
何よ？
私の父を頭がおかしいって言わないでください。あんまりです。
Taiko speaks in a quiet voice and Kawase-san looks daunted.
いいじゃない。あんたも頭おかしいし、ちょうどいいでしょ？黙って変な呪文を唱えてなさいよ。
This girl, holy shit.
父の頭がおかしいのは否定しませんが、妹をバカにはしないでください。
Kawase-san grits her teeth.
なんかあんたらってすごくめんどくさい兄弟ね。
She looks at each of us.
まあまあ、仲良くしなよ。
Tanomura-san, who is watching with a smile, steps in. We then quietly start talking about the details of what we're going to do when we go to the school tomorrow. Which is where this episode is going to be ending before we do it. I was gonna say, Yuka is getting kinda not as important, and then we switch over to her point of view, which is kinda nice. But from the looks of it, I feel like next episode is gonna be the end. I think this episode gone a bit too long because of all the skipping I had to do. It looks like we're almost close to the climax or the ending of the true end. I don't think there's gonna be much conflict anymore, right? But this is where I'm going to have to end the episode. I have to edit quite a lot of stuff actually, maybe around 20 minutes. It's still gonna be an hour episode at the very least, I hope. But yeah. Feels we're gonna be ending very, very soon. If we take a look, the end was at 4:8, right? Yeah, it's around 4:8. So we're definitely close. So I think we can do it in one more episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the true end. I don't think there's gonna be any more conflict, but we'll see. This has been a pretty enjoyable story. I do like this a lot more than I like the normal ending. The normal ending escalated a bit too much for my liking. But yeah, I'll have to edit this out, and the episode will probably not gonna be released today, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, peace out.